Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with another Reddit story for you. This one comes from AITA and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Not Paying for a Painting I Asked My Friend to Do? My 27 female friend, Jordan, 28 female, is a wonderful artist. I love her work, so I told her that if she ever considered doing commission pieces, I wanted to be her first customer. She said okay, and I sent her a picture of my dad who passed away as a reference. I wanted to give this painting to my mom as a gift. This was back in early 2018. Jordan said that she would start on it when she could, but that she was busy. I just thought she didn't want to do any commission work yet and just left it at that. A few weeks after our conversation, Jordan posted on social media saying that she was open to do commission pieces and posted how she would charge for those pieces. I messaged her again and she said that she got my order and was starting the piece for me. Per her post, I assumed the price would be around $200. She also said she was charging her clients around that much, so I should expect to pay about the same. She said she didn't want me to pay until after she was done, so I didn't. For the last 6 years, she would post the other commission pieces she had done. When I asked about mine, she would say she's working on it, but that she hasn't had the time to finish it. She often lost her job, was looking for a new place to stay, etc. 6 years? This better be a really good painting. I understand that times could be hard, so I waited. The reason I didn't just stop asking her was because she would sometimes send me Snapchats of sneak peeks of the painting, so I knew she was working on it little by little. Well, flash forward to last weekend, she finally gave it to me. It's a beautiful painting of my dad, and I cried looking at it. She then told me it was $700. You don't get to do that. You don't get to say, hey, expect this to be around the same price that I'm advertising elsewhere, 200 bones, and then 6 years later be like, now it's 700. Inflation doesn't really account for that. You know what I mean? If she's looking at time value, maybe she's thinking about how much time she put into it, but she already agreed on a price range at least, right? Okay, there's more to the story. I'm getting a little excited before the story ends here. I told her that when she started doing commissions, she was charging her clients $200 to $300. She responded saying that she realized her work was worth more, and also the cost of supplies had gone up since then, plus the amount of time spent working on it. I thought it was unfair to charge me so much given I waited years for the painting. Also, within the last 6 years, I had gotten married, bought a house, and have 2 young kids. I don't just have $700 to spare on this painting. She told me that isn't her fault that I can't afford it and refused to give it to me until I could pay her. I told her just to keep it since I don't have the money for it. She called me a jerk for wasting her time on this and left. Am I the astronaut? No. Hell no. No. You guys had the conversation in the beginning. Well, let me double check this in the story. Per her post, I assumed the price would be around $200. She also said she was charging her clients around that much, so I should expect to pay about the same. That's what she said to OP. She said you should expect to pay about the same. $200. You don't get to more than triple that amount when it takes you 6 years to do this thing, but you're delivering other pieces for other people and just be like, oh, surprise, it's a hell of a lot more expensive, and expect somebody to just eat it. Obviously, she wants the painting, and maybe this was like maybe she was trying to force your hand, OP, because she was like, it's a painting of her dad. She's not going to not pay it, right? You can't just decide you want to charge way more than you told somebody it was going to take. Here's the deal. Like in our world, in our day gig world with the marketing firm, there are some projects that we'll take on that end up like going way beyond the original scope of the project. But when that happens, as soon as you can tell that it is going to take a sideways turn, as soon as you tell the original parameters that you presented no longer apply, that's when the communication needs to happen, right? It needs to be, hey, this is what we agreed upon. Things have changed. Now we're looking at it being something completely different. Do you want to continue? That's the conversation that has to happen. Not just, I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and then 6 years later, try to bend you over on the price.